Okay, so we are recording and we're going to get started. And I want to just kind of share with you guys what my plan is. So we have quite a few people who are really excited on our team about some of the incentives this month for October. We also have some people who are excited about sharing for the very first time or starting their own Plexus journey. And so what I am wanting to do, and as we all know, in life, sometimes things can take a little bit of time. So I'm hoping to transition this as something new at the beginning of every month, we kind of just have a little real laid back leaders chat, because I want you guys to start seeing other people's faces on our team, so that you can kind of see other people who are in the same mind frame as you, also wanting to either share with other people about their own experiences because of these products, and just kind of meet people in their different journeys. Everyone kind of different. Some people all in and gung-ho on this business. Some people wanting to just kind of share organically as it comes up. Whatever it might be, everyone's at different paces. So my goal is to do this at the beginning of every month, and just kind of find a time that somewhat works. Normally after kids go to bed is at least a little bit easier for people. And so we'll kind of do this to where we can talk about what's going on this month, what incentives, what things is Plexus planning for us. We can also kind of talk about some tips on how do we implement those things into our business and how do we share it properly. But also just a way to kind of share our own goals, share with each other, create kind of a team culture, like I said, where we can kind of see people's faces, know who's who, and just a way to basically reconnect. But then also a way we can encourage one another, and a way that we can share prayer requests with our things going on in personal lives, that we feel comfortable opening and sharing with other people. Because what I love about our team and my first and foremost ministry is with this business is to lift others up and to share Christ in everything that we do. And so that is super important to me. So my plan is to kind of keep these like 30-ish minutes, and kind of do it at the very beginning of every month, so we know what's going on, we know what Plexus is offering, incentives, how to put it into play, and encourage one another. So with all of that said, I'm going to jump right into the exciting new things that Plexus just announced today. So if you're taking notes, feel free to jot down some things. Of course, this stuff is in your email, and of course, this stuff is on our team page. And so you will find all of those resources there, but I want to kind of explain it because sometimes it's a little extra helpful. So there are technically 3 incentives going on this month, and all of them have to do with money, 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 which is awesome for us and therefore awesome for people who are also needing money, especially this time of year. We know it gets tight with Christmas and so many things going on. So let's start with the very first one. So this is for, the very first thing is our cash incentive. They're calling it Deck the Halls, kind of like a Christmas in October cash, so to speak. So it was very clear, very simple, which I love that Plexus does. Basically, you can add 3 people. This is anyone. This is if you've been with Plexus forever or you're just starting. If you add 3 people, they're going to give you a $150 bonus. Well, if you think about that, we also get what's called building bonuses or welcome pack bonuses. If you add 3 people, that's also $75 in welcome pack bonuses. That's just if they bought the 99 pack. If they buy a 199 pack, add an additional $15 per person. This can add up. But easily, someone can actually make $225 just by adding 3 people this month. Now, what if you have someone on your team who has never gone silver before? They also would get an additional $100 silver bonus. So if you had someone on your team this month, whether they haven't been added yet, or they're new and they haven't added anyone on their team, but they're looking to make some extra cash, you guys, they can make $325 just by helping 3 people get started. That is crazy, over $100 a person. And then, of course, with that incentive, they raise it. So if you add 6 people, you get all of those things plus an additional $200. But Plexus doesn't stop there. If you add 9 people, they add on more. You add 12 people, and so on. So that's the first incentive for anybody. Okay, so this is anybody who is already gone silver, hasn't gone silver, any of those things. So that is something extra. Now, the second thing that I love about that is they're also giving an incentive on the welcome packs. So as you know, last month we had free memberships towards the end of the month. This month, they decided to give $10 off a $99 welcome pack and $20 off a $199 welcome pack. That's still really good savings, you guys. And of course, you can always throw in your own additional kind of personal savings or personal promotion if you want to reimburse someone or something like that. That's always your call. But that's still a great deal to help people get started. And so in our team pages and in our resources from the emails, you're going to see a promo code if they're wanting to use the $10 off or if they're wanting to use the $20 off, okay? So that's 2 incentives right there. That would be amazing. But they didn't stop there, okay? So some of you have been with Plexus for a while, okay? And we know in this journey there can be ups and downs, right? I know I've personally been with Plexus for 4 years now, and there's been ups and downs. That's just life, right? Not everything is perfect. Some people quit, some people are gung-ho. And so they're wanting to help out some people in this business who have maybe hit a rank in Plexus, but maybe you've fallen below that rank. What I love about Plexus is you never actually lose your rank, but you might not get paid on that rank, if that makes sense. So if, for example, if someone's an Emerald Ambassador, they'll always be an Emerald because they hit that rank. But if their points don't reflect an Emerald Ambassador, they're just going to get paid on whatever points they have. In other words, you have to have X amount of people buying in order to get X amount of pay. That's pretty simple. So what they're doing is they're wanting to help the people in Plexus who have maybe hit a rank. So maybe some of you are on here and you've hit silver rank before, which means you had 3 active people. But in September, okay, so just this past month, you didn't have those 3 active people. So 3 active people would be 15 points. Maybe you didn't have 15 points. Maybe you had 0 points. Maybe you had 5 or 10. Well, what they're doing is through the months of October, November, and December, if you re-rank, in other words, let's say you hit silver again, you could do that by getting new people, or you could do that by getting the people who had ordered in the past to reorder again, whatever it is, whatever avenue it is, then you will get a re-rank bonus. And it's different for every level. So, for example, in September, if you were at 15 or more points, well, then you're not going to be at a re-rank unless you're going to a new rank. Does that make sense? But let's say you or your husband or someone has ranked to silver before, or I don't know if anyone on this call has ranked to gold and then fallen back. But I'll be honest with you, I have ranked to Senior Ruby and I'm not at continual Senior Ruby points. So I have an opportunity to re-rank to Senior Ruby. So I love that they're getting this option. And there is a cash value for every single rank that you re-rank to. So if you had been an Emerald before and you fell all the way down to Ruby, let's say, well, you could actually re-rank to Ruby and re-rank to Senior Ruby and re-rank to Emerald, and they would give you a re-rank bonus for each of those for a 3-month period, you guys, October through December. So that's really generous. But on top of that, they're not only giving you a re-rank bonus, but they're also going to give your sponsor a re-rank bonus. So let's say, I know some of you have your spouses signed up and they've hit silver before, but maybe they weren't silver last month. They could re-rank, get the bonus, and since you're their sponsor, you would also get that bonus. So it's kind of a double little treat there. So it's very generous of our company. So those are our 3 incentives that Plexus is offering us. So a lot of cash that they're going to be giving away. So I want to kind of transition real quick into, here's our incentives. This is what Plexus is offering us. Now, as a team, what are we doing? What are the things that we're giving to you to be able to invite people to? And then how are we going to do it? So hopefully all of you guys see every first of the month, I always put up a calendar of just basic important dates for our team. So that's something you want to save to your phone, put in your business calendar, whatever it is. And this month it's very simple. We have 3 things that our team is providing. And in the comments, I always tag the calendar that Plexus has too. Plexus has multiple calls throughout the week to motivate you, specific calls on how to be leaders, how to grow your team, opportunity calls, tons of things. There's always something going on. So I always put those in the comments, and we have an English version and a Spanish version. So some of you, Spanish is your first language, and those are your people. That is awesome. Our Hispanic community in Plexus is growing, and we are opening up our Mexico pretty soon. They don't have an exact date, but it is getting closer and closer. So that is super exciting, but that is in the comments. So I want to share with you guys the 3 things that we're going to be providing for our team for you. As you guys know, we always have some things every single month, and we like to do that so you know how to plug people into it. So the first thing we have is our 7-day jump start. The date for that is October 14th through the 20th. Basically, this is kind of like a 7-day trial, but let me tell you who it's for. It's not only for potentials, but maybe you had someone new start last month, or maybe you have someone on your team that's trying to get back on track. This is also for them. It's just 7 days of resources, of testimonies, of what our products do, how we want to help them, and specifics about different regimens, detoxing, die-off. It's just a great resource. So this could be great for your people who are already ambassadors to make sure they're getting good information. But this is also really good for people that you've sent samples out to, or maybe you've talked to them and it's like they want to get started, but they're not quite ready to jump off that fence. This is a great way to say, hey, you know what? I was thinking. It just makes sense for you to try this first. And so for just $20, you could try, and they could try anything, y'all. It could be Joyome. It could be lean samples. It could be the pink drink. It could be active. There's a lot of different options. It's not just one product that they have to try. So this is for potentials, and this is for people who are already on your team who maybe need a refresher, or people who are just getting started. So it's a whole array of people. And for those of you who don't know, this is in our challenge group called Thriving in Wellness. Basically, this is a group we recycle every single month so that we don't have to have, oh, here's a new event. Oh, here's a new event. It's just always in the same place, the same information. But at the end of the month, we take it all down. In the beginning of the month, we put it all right back up. So that is what we do for we call it our 7-day jump start. That's a better phrase rather than just trial, because some people are already using it. Some people need a refresher. So those dates are on our calendar. We're also in that same group at the end of every month. This is things we do every month, y'all. The end of the month from October 28th through the 30th, 3 days. It's kind of like a business blitz, but what we call it is, what if this could change everything? And I know for some of you on this call, you either personally have a testimony, or you know people who have a testimony who financially it has changed everything for them. Maybe it's just because they can get their products covered and now they don't have to pay for it, but they can continue to feel their best, whatever it might be. So this is 3 days, and this again can be for potentials. There's no product involved, so you don't have to send them anything or they pay for anything. This can be for potentials. This can be for people who are already taking the products but want to learn how to get them free. This could also be for new people, again, people who are seasoned ambassadors or new ambassadors. We are trying our best to take the words silver and ranking and all of that out of our vocabulary for new people, because it's kind of overwhelming to them. Basically, it's like, hey, I know you have a super busy schedule. Let me put more on your plate and give you a business. And of course, what's their answer going to be? Heck no. So we want to just show them simple steps of how we can just hold their hand and ask to, for them to think of just 3 people they know and love that if they have any of these problems, X, Y, or Z, or could use extra money. And then we're literally giving them things to send them. We're literally working together, holding their hand until they feel more comfortable. And so we're just trying to get people to get an idea of just opening the idea of just sharing. Just sharing. Share the mascara you love. Share the favorite Mexican restaurant you love. Whatever it is, just getting the idea of open to sharing, rather than approaching it like, here's all these things you need to do. Let's just do one step at a time. Show them a little bit of the potential. Hey, you could get 3 people this month and get $325. I don't know about you, but that Santa could buy a lot of gifts with that doesn't have to come out of my paycheck or something like that. Just starting there. That's it. Don't say, oh, we're going to rank to silver and that's the very first rank. And if you do this, that's just overwhelming. So we want to just take small steps, and using that what if it could change everything 3 days is a great way of testimonies, information on what is multi-level marketing, why are people doing it, why is social media important? All of those things. And then the last thing is something new that we're going to get started this month, you guys, and I'm really excited about it. And it's called Health Testimony Night. Real people, real stories. Now, right now, this is not created for potentials. Right now, this is just created for you and for me, for our team, okay? Our team Created for More, which is what our team is called. It's just for us to have one night where we're just sharing real briefly why we love Plexus, why these products have changed our life. This is to build belief. So what this is hopefully going to do going forward is when you have people on your team who love these products, maybe it's just you right now, or maybe eventually you're going to have people who they're product lovers. They just are like, I'm do or die. I will never be off of this because my bloat is gone, my tummy issues, whatever it might be. So this is just a night where we're just going to kind of share a little bit about why we started Plexus, kind of our testimony. Again, just an idea to get people open to sharing their story. And hopefully, eventually, in months to come, as we transition it, then people would feel comfortable to be like, hey, why don't you share your story tonight? Hey, do you want to invite your mom? I know you had mentioned that she deals with migraines, and I think so-and-so is going to share their story about migraines. Just ways to help build belief. So that is our plan. So that is going to be the 28th of this month on a Zoom call just like this. So more information will come for that. So incentives, right? And kind of our team calendar. And then I want to just give you guys a couple little tips before we kind of wrap things up about, okay, this is great information, Kayla. What in the heck do I do though, right? Like, what do I do? So first of all, let's kind of look at your team. So if you have anyone on your team, whether they can still order or they don't still order, I want you to look and see, do you have anyone on your team who has ranked silver in the past? Okay, and if they have, I want you to look at their last month points, and if they were not at 15 points, all right, then I want you to make a little list, all right, of who those people are. And then secondly, I want you to look and see on your team who is currently ordering, okay, and based on last month. In other words, who ordered in September. And if you have anyone who ordered in September, make a little list of that, because that means they are using and buying their products, okay? And hopefully you've been chatting with them, but even if not, we're gonna put a list of people who love their products. And then I want you to make a third little list of just the people who are not ordering, but they had been in the past. So you kind of don't know where they are. Maybe you know their reasoning, but what if you don't? What if you don't know why they didn't order last month? Or did they get just off their regimen? Do they hate something? Is something not working? Do we need to tweak it? So look at your team from whether they're from the past or from right now currently ordering, and kind of make that small little list. And then something I want maybe you to do personally is sometimes it can be overwhelming, y'all, to have just a list of people, right? In the old days, I feel like people would just say, write down every single person you've ever met in your life and reach out to them. But this business is about so much more. It's about relationship building. It's about building credibility and trust with people. So sometimes when you first begin, that's simple because the people you're reaching out to first are the people you already have rapport with, you already have credibility with. You have given so much to their lives that now when you're asking them to do something for you, you can make that withdrawal because you have put credits in. But now when you get to a season where they're new people, you have to develop that relationship. You have to put credits into that account in order to make a withdrawal. You just using kind of an analogy there. So what I have been doing that I want to encourage you to do if you've never done before is I am just monthly making what's called a Hot 20 list. And this is 20 people that I am focusing on that month. So for the month of October, I have prayed over people, prayed about names, and it is a list of 20 people that are kind of consisting of new people I've met that I need to build relationship with, maybe people that I'm kind of an acquaintance with, or maybe we've talked Plexus, but I really want them on my team that month. Not because, I just want a number, but because I want them to be a part of our community. And those 20 people, I just focus that month on those 20 people. And maybe 20 is too much for you. That's okay. 5, 10, whatever it is. I just focus on pouring into them, finding more about their lives, developing that relationship, building those credits, and organically, Plexus does come up. They say, hey, what'd you do today? Oh my gosh, I had a team call. It was so great. I got to see Aaron. I got to see, all these things. It comes up naturally. I also go to their social media accounts and I make sure to kind of comment and see what's going on in their life. Be genuine, be real. And if Plexus comes out of it, great. That's awesome. But worst case scenario, a friendship comes out of it. And that's pretty amazing too. So that's kind of what I've been doing to really help the most. And then when that kind of organically comes up, I, maybe offer them a sample or come be a part of the 7-day jumpstart or whatever is going on. So that's just kind of some little small tips right there. So all that to say, to kind of wrap it up is, and before I'll turn off the recording before I do like prayer requests and stuff like that. But I just wanted to kind of share just a quick 20, 30 minutes of what's going on in October. What is our team doing to help you? How you can be a part of it? What are some things that you can do with your team, whether they are not ordering or are ordering? What are some tips you can personally do? And then what I want to do from here is probably in the next couple of days, I'm going to message you guys. And if you would like to set a goal for this month for you personally, not my goal for you, your goal for you, things that you would like to accomplish. Yes, number-wise, because we do, I think, sometimes need to put a number on things, not that it's a do or die, but still know what we're going towards and then how we can get there. I would love to be able to kind of set up a time where we can just voice chat, we can Zoom, we can FaceTime, we can Messenger, whatever is best for you. I just want you to know that I'm here to help so many of you round out the end of this year and some goals that you have, or maybe some of you starting fresh and be like, Kayla, I don't even know where to begin. I'm just going to scratch everything and start fresh as if I've never heard about Plexus before. You just start at the beginning with me, and that's okay too. Everyone's on different paces of life and seasons, and I want to be here to meet you where you are and find out what those goals are and be a buddy alongside of you, but also help push you enough to where you feel like you're outside of your comfort zone a little bit, but also link arms with you so that you know you're not doing it alone. So that's kind of my goal and what I would like to do every month. So anyways, that's kind of everything in a nutshell. So this recording will go out to a couple other people who were wanting to learn a little bit more, and hopefully we can do these at the beginning of every month. And then I'll always turn off the recording before we kind of talk prayer requests or anything like that. So that is it for right now.